What's going on, paranormal world? So, if you have been living under a rock lately or not been paying attention to the paranormal community, Nick Groff announced his new YouTube paranormal show last month, which is a spinoff of Ghost Adventures. Let's tell it how it is. It's technically a spinoff, right? Ghost Adventures, Groff Adventures, very creative. Nah, I'm just joking. But Groff Adventures Episode 1, Overnight in a Haunted Museum. I want to go over the pros and the cons of the structure and just the overall show. First, my overall thoughts on the show. Now, my overall thoughts is, it is what it is. It's YouTube quality content, which in a way I like the raw and the unfiltered investigations. However, we're talking about Nick Groff. I mean, this guy was a part of Ghost Adventures, Paranormal Lockdown, and a plethora of other paranormal shows. And I just think that the production could be a lot better considering that he was a producer. And, I just think, I don't know. From my perspective, I just feel like the show was rushed and it was unedited. And I just felt like certain parts of the show could have been edited. Like, I don't know, man. It should be better sound, better video quality. I mean, that's basically what's hindering this show. And I understand that it's on YouTube, but, I mean, even in the horror community, you got people making horror movies, like horror fan films, for like 40 grand, 60 grand, 100 grand, and it looks amazing. And I just don't understand a former producer like Nick Groff, with his connections and his money earned. I'm just like, it could be a lot better. But again, I'm on the outside looking in. I can only say so much. I'm just giving my perspective. But yeah, let's start with the cons of this Groff Adventure show. Now, after watching the first episode, it's two things that I just want to mention. The audio was terrible, like I mentioned, previously, along with the visual presentation. It was all underwhelming. And another con is that I felt like I was watching stuff from behind the scenes. It just felt like everyone was on break and eating lunch and somebody had their camera out recording them. That's how I felt. And another one of my pet peeves and a con of watching this show is, now I will say this, it's not only this show, but paranormal shows in general. Now, this is a pet peeve of mine, is that you have too many people involved in the investigation. Too many people and too much talking. And we got a lot of this in episode 1. Like, I couldn't hear any evidence because, 1, the audio was kind of bad. And 2, they were over talking each other and just, it was just too much going on and you couldn't hear anything. Look, if you're going to go into an investigation, just think of it this way. Less is more. And I'm still waiting on a paranormal show where one single person investigates haunted buildings, hospitals, asylums, and they stay there a week at a time, a month at a time. And I just feel like that'll be a little bit more compelling. For one, you're staying there for a long period of time instead of 24 or 48 hours. So you're going to gather some real evidence. And, moving back to the cons, another one was they just spent too much time on the REM pod. Like, okay, we get it, move on. And I'm not really a fan of the REM pod and all this new technology anyway. I like the simple stuff. Now with this show, it is some stuff that I do like. Like I mentioned earlier, I like that it's gritty, it's uncut, a family dynamic. I really like that. And just keep in mind, this is just episode 1. And I heard people say that episode 2 is a lot better. So we shall see. But yeah, this show does have a lot of potential. And I'm looking forward to the locations, whatever locations they pick and choose. But that's one thing that attracts me to paranormal shows is the location and the history. I love that portion. I just love hearing about what took place there. Just imagining yourself being there at that moment. That's something special. Now, that's the thing with Ghost Adventures is why I'm kind of like not even tuning into Ghost Adventures like I should be, because everything is on the West Coast. Like I mentioned, I have a whole video breakdown of that. But like Ghost Adventures is stuck on the West Coast, and we know why, because Zach won't fly. But my thing is, location is everything. And I mean, it's almost like they tapped out on the West Coast. I mean, they're investigating, you know, all kind of stuff that's not even hunted, basically. Like, some of the history behind this stuff doesn't even make sense on Ghost Adventures anymore. So that's why shows like Groff Adventures and hopefully Destination Fear, not Destination Fear, Destination, is it called Destination? Project Fear, y'all forgive me. Project Fear. It's gonna take me a while to get used to that. But anyway, yeah, Project Fear, they got a good thing going about, traveling and doing all that. But one thing that kind of turned me off to that is that I see that they want to go overseas, and I'm like, yeah, it's a lot of interesting stuff over there, but first, tackle the USA first. Like, we have a lot of hunted stuff there, and if I'm not mistaken, have the Destination Fear crew ever been to Bobby Mackey's? I feel like that would be the perfect opportunity for Project Fear to open up the YouTube channel with. But yeah, it might be some other things, politics going on behind that, because we all know that Nick and Zach didn't get along, and Nick, he had a great relationship with Bobby Mackey's, and we see that the Ghost Adventures crew never went there, and Dakota was a part of the Ghost Adventures crew, and Zach was producing the show, so that might be why Dakota never went to Bobby Mackey's. But maybe things can switch up now since he's not a part of the Travel Channel anymore. So it's all about politics. So hopefully the Project Fear crew, I got it right, Project Fear crew, could go check out Bobby Mackey's. And anything involving Bobby Mackey's, that's my favorite hunting place, and it's just so much history behind that. And like I said, man, just investigate the USA first before going overseas. And then go overseas, because there's a lot of hunting history over there. But yeah, Groff Adventures, it has a lot of potential. Let's just see how it play out. And episode 2, I probably will be reviewing sometime soon, so definitely be on the lookout for that. And in the meantime, just search my channel for, paranormal content and Ghost Adventures, horror movies. Like I said, if you like that type of stuff, then make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can see every time I upload. As always, be safe, peace.